Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you for letting me speak today. Mr. Mazzilia, I'm Lizzi Marriott. I'm Lizzie's mother, and I want you to know unequivocally that I hate you. You're a cowardly and despicable person. You stole our smart, vivacious, beautiful daughter from us. You murdered Lizzie, raped her lifeless body, and then threw her away because Lizzie had the self-confidence and self-esteem to say no to you. You stole Lizzie's futures and her hopes and dreams. Lizzie was so happy to be a student at UNH. She had her phone alert set to remind her of the day that the housing waitlist opened for the spring semester because she wanted to live on campus and be a part of the campus life. We were so happy for Lizzie. We knew that what being part of campus life meant to her, but this is just a minuscule portion of what you took. We will never know what Lizzie would have done with her degree in marine biology, how she would help people gain a better understanding of the world's oceans and the animals that inhabit them. Lizzie's future was so bright. Now it's gone. When Lizzie was 12, she told me about that after she finished college, she was going to live next door to us. She wanted to be our neighbor. And I told Lizzie that I loved the idea. However, at that time, I was still preparing myself for the inevitable teenage angst that was coming and hoping that she and I would weather that storm. The angst never came. We still did everything together. We spent almost every Saturday of the school year from the end of 10th grade through senior year driving to and from Boston to Lizzie's volunteer position at the New England Aquarium. This was an hour-and-a-half round trip, 30 Saturdays a year, in the car together. On the way in, we chatted about things that went on in school that week. On the way out, Lizzie regaled one of us, either Bob or I, with stories about what happened during her 5-hour shift. Lizzie spent about an hour of each shift at the edge of the sea, which is commonly known as the touch tanks. Lizzie introduced delighted aquarium visitors to the sea animals with which they could interact. One day there was a little boy who wanted to hold a starfish. Lizzie picked one up and placed it in his hand and told him that it was called a sea star. Lizzie explained that it had no fishy gills, no fishy fins. Therefore, it was a sea star and not a starfish. And then the little boy said starfish. And Lizzie went through her explanation again with the same result, and we laughed. I thought the no fishy gills and no fishy fins was a great way to explain the difference to a child. One of my other favorite stories was when a grown-up came through the exhibit, pointed at something in one of the tanks, and asked Lizzie if that was a clam. Lizzie replied, "No, ma'am, that's a rock." The day that Lizzie would always remember was the one day when she was behind the scenes and one of the animal caregivers that took care of the octopus asked Lizzie if she'd like to put her arm in the tank. Lizzie, of course, answered with an overwhelming yes, and then slowly lowered her arm into the octopus's tank. The octopus seemed to like her and wrapped her tentacle all the way up Lizzie's arm, right to the shoulder. Lizzie could feel the suction cups latch on to her, and when it was time to go, they began to unwrap the tentacle, and each one of the suction cups made a little popping noise, just as you would expect. Lizzie was extremely proud to be a volunteer at the New England Aquarium. She loved educating visitors about the wonders of the oceans. Her enthusiasm was infectious. I like to think that a bit of this enthusiasm rubbed off on every visitor that she met. Now that Lizzie was in college, I began to look forward to her being my neighbor. I would do the usual neighborly things, get her mail, care for the pug that she wanted while she was at work or on a research expedition. I was excited that I would have the opportunity to be part of her life on a regular basis. Listen to her stories, her research findings, or anything else that was happening. Lizzie can no longer volunteer, and we will not have Lizzie as a neighbor. You stole this from us. I rarely do anything that I did with Lizzie It feels disloyal. We shop together all the time. Over the past 22 months, I've maybe been to the mall 6 times. No manicures, no pedicures, maybe 3 trips to Boston. We love the city. We went all the time for no reason at all. We used to go to Hampton Beach several times a summer. I can't imagine going to the ocean in New Hampshire ever again. I finally went back to the aquarium for the first time this April. I wanted to see the reservation. I cried my way past the cuttlefish, the sea dragons, the octopus, and the edge of the sea exhibits. My personal tour guide is gone. I miss Lizzi every day. I wake up in the morning and she's gone. I go to bed at night and she's still gone. I know she's never coming home, and yet even after 22 months, I still have trouble comprehending that she's never coming home. And all because a cowardly 30-year-old man could not deal with a confident young woman. Thank you, Your Honor.